look at that, miles up. Oh, it's nearly taken someone out in the stands. That was a flat six right under the stand there, the George Giffen stand, happy for the members, and it went like a rocket. Well, wicket 24.
In today's volume of CRIQAZI Diaries, I have my guest with me once again, Hatib Khan, aka Malik from Reading, UK, and we'll be dissecting Pakistan's hard-fought victory versus England in the first T20 International at Trent Bridge. So, let's go. हाँ जी मलिक, सबसे पहले तो बहुत मुबारक हो. Pakistan have finally managed to win a game on this tour, and what a game it was. Fantastic game of cricket. How are you doing and how do you feel about today's victory?
Good, feel good. I think it wasn't a very one-sided match. काफी जगहों पे लगा कि शायद game ले जाएं वो, especially जो कुछ हमने knocks देखे आज. लेकिन keeping that in mind, very hard fought as you said. तो अच्छा लगा, मजा आया. Finally some competitiveness आ रही है, हम भी जीत रहे हैं, तो good feeling.
सबसे पहले तो मैं स्टार्ट करना चाहूंगा पाकिस्तान की बैटिंग से एंड 150 run partnership between Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam. A lot of people criticize this pair for their strike rate, and even today when they were only 80 odd in 10 overs for no wicket, काफी लोग कह रहे थे मुझे WhatsApp पे कि ओ देखो ये makeshift opener है, इसको नहीं खिलाना चाहिए. मगर end of the day इस पेयर ने आपको 150 की पार्टनरशिप चढ़ा कर दी before the 15 over mark. और दूसरी बात ये है कि जो रिजवान पे क्रिटिसिज्म आता है कि जी is a good batsman but don't play him as an opener, भाई if you look at all of his success in T20 cricket, both international and domestic, it's all come at the opener spot. So tell me how you feel about this pair, because I feel like Pakistan have found a gem of an opening pair. They get you runs consistently and they do build up the innings. They provide you the platform, और run rate कोई इतना बुरा नहीं होता इनका कि आप इन पे इतनी तनकीद करने लग जाओ. मैं तो बहुत satisfied हूँ. Time and again they have proven that they are the ones to open the innings for Pakistan. So give your 2 cents on it.
I certainly agree. इतना criticism होना नहीं चाहिए, especially क्योंकि Rizwan is a class opener, and I wouldn't replace him with Fakhr or anyone else on the side for that opening slot. ठीक है, वो Rizwan का ही slot है. जहाँ पे criticism बनता है वो ये है कि yes, he did take some time आज भी to sort of get his innings going. He was trying. तो मैं उसको इस चीज का credit दूंगा कि he was trying. वो मतलब जाया नहीं कर रहा था. He was trying his best कि लगे shots मार रहा था. He took some time to get going. ठीक है, and I think अगर वो थोड़ा उसकी if luck and everything was on his side, he might have put on another 20 runs much quicker than he did. Lekin again, there's no point changing him at this point. वो opener अच्छा है, and Babar is a awesome partner.
देखो 50 runs they scored in the power play. What more can you ask for? ये तो जब हम शर्जील और फखर वगैरह भी खिलाते हैं तो they even take some time to get set. If Pakistan gets 50 runs in the power play without losing a wicket, I think it's a win-win. और ऊपर से ठीक है, थोड़े slow गए बीच में, but then they accelerated and Babar was completely on song today. He carried his form from the previous game. शुरू से he set the tone from that David Willey over, the second over. And I think that Pakistan should totally persist with this pair. Baki, we're blessed to have Babar Azam in our lifetimes. ठीक है, he might be growing as a captain, but as a batsman, he's absolutely sublime. और Rizwan, like you said, he took some time to get going. थोड़ा फंसा हुआ था शुरू में, but then he did get going, and he did end up getting 63 odd runs in 42 balls. So I think कोई debate नहीं होनी चाहिए इधर. They've done their job well, और यही combination हमें इसी से persist करना चाहिए.
Yeah, just to add on that कि जो आपके बाकी players जो आपने नाम लिए हैं, शर्जील वगैरह, ठीक है, they're good hard hitters of the ball, लेकिन they lack the consistency जो रिजवान में है. ठीक है, तो I'd rather have someone who's scoring consistently compared to someone जो आके एक अच्छी innings करे और फिर 3-4 innings में ना चले.
और not just, sorry I'm interrupting you, not just consistency. ठीक है, वो runs तो consistently कर रहा है, but he's a busy player. Quick singles at the start of the innings, जल्दी आपका strike rotate होता है, and then he's a busy player. He looks for the gaps. कोशिश तो वो आज भी कर रहा था, लग नहीं रही थी शुरू में, मगर कोशिश तो कर रहा था.
बिल्कुल, absolutely. And I think ये चीज scrutiny में तब आनी चाहिए जब पाकिस्तान सेकंड हाफ ऑफ द गेम यानी कि जो आखिरी 10 ओवर है उसमें एक्सेलरेट ना करे. आज तो कॉट अप टू इट, लेकिन इफ दे डिडंट, अगर ये इस तरह की इनिंग्स ना खेलते आखिरी 10 ओवरों में, फिर ये क्रिटिसिज्म वाज वेरी फेयर कि जी ही वेस्टेड टाइम इन द बिगिनिंग एटसेट्रा. लेकिन इफ दे आर कवरिंग अप फॉर इट इन देयर ओन रिस्पेक्टिव इनिंग्स एज वेल, लाइक बाबर एंड रिजवान डिड, I think it's good. We should
even I feel जब थोड़ा जल्दी भी आउट हो जाते हैं, like let's say 150 की जगह 80 runs की पार्टनरशिप के बाद आउट हो जाएं, तो the stage is still set for others to accelerate. Like you saw Sohaib Maqsood come at 1 down. I was so happy to see him come at 1 down today. ठीक है, he got lucky, got dropped first ball, but then he did exactly what you have him in the team for. He gave you quick runs, 19 of 7. Then Hafiz and Fakhr followed that up. They also gave you quick 25 odd. 69 runs इन लोगों ने दिए हैं. Next 3 batsmen at 25 deliveries mein. So I think this formula is very nice for Pakistan going forward. I think this can totally work. और हम इंग्लैंड की तरह की टीम नहीं है जो आते ही गंग हो जाए. अगर हम 94 होते instead of England, हमसे 200 नहीं होना था. मगर उनकी क्रिकेट इस तरह की है, उनके बैट्समैन इस तरह के कि वो कर सकते हैं. So yeah, I think that the openers are perfect, and I think ये जो 3, 4 and 5 है ना, you can float these around. इनकी set position नहीं होनी चाहिए depending on how the first two the openers do. You can float these 3 around, but this is a solid 3, 4, 5. Maqsood, Hafiz, and Fakhr. I think it's very reliable, and they can all hit sixes from the word go.
Agreed, and that's what you need in T20. अगर आपके openers आपको इतने overs खेल के दे रहे हैं, उसके बाद that's all you need to go out and hit.
And Babar Azam की थोड़ी और बात कर लेते हैं. Like how good is this guy, man? मतलब इसकी फॉर्म पिछले कुछ 2.5 साल से चल रही है मेरे ख्याल से. बीच में भी 2 दफा नहीं चला था लगातार, तो we were all shocked. We were like, ये कैसे हो गया? बाबर आजम कैसे नहीं चला? But today again, I mean, he was just so pleasing to watch, so easy on the eye. Love his shots, and I mean, I really think that he's growing as a leader for Pakistan as well, taking up the responsibility. Criticism आता होता है कि जी captaincy की वजह से pressure बढ़ जाएगा. I don't think that's affecting or impacting Babar at all. I think he can do this job.
I think he batted really well, and वही बात है कि he paces himself as well. तो उसने ODI से थोड़ा अपना वो change किया है. He charged down, उसने कोई hitting भी की है. लेकिन the thing is, he's a class batsman. He's not a slogger. तो उसके जो runs भी आते हैं, they're all coming off classy shots, which is why he's the best. मतलब 1 in ODI, 2 in T20, and that's why he's so good at it.
Might be number 1 in T20 cricket as well soon enough, because Malan got 1 and he got 85, so you never know, he might get that. Fair. I think that's enough on Pakistan's batting. Let's move on to the next section. In this next section, I want to specifically talk about Liam Livingstone. Hathid today, he was absolutely phenomenal. 42 ball 100, the fastest for any Englishman in the format. And I mean, you bowled short to him and he pulled you away. Shadab is specifically for 6. And if you bowled full, he went down the ground. So it was really hard कि इसको किस length पे bowling करानी है. And इस तरह की innings once in a lifetime आती है. But really, you have to commend the fact that England have such a wealth of riches in the white ball format. Ke Liam Livingstone doesn't even make the first 11 on most occasions, but I really think he's made a solid case. And I think he's bought himself a ticket to the UAE for this T20 World Cup.
He's definitely going to be in the squad. And this is, you can see how playing in different leagues across the world pays off. He's been part of many different leagues and it's paid off really well. His 50 came off about 17 deliveries, I think. So, he really set the tone of this chase, and till he was on the crease, anything could have happened. So, he took apart all the bowlers. I think there was one miss hit of Rauf's bowling, which went through Hassan. That was a tough chance anyways. Other than that, his hitting was clean. He adjusted really well to all the bowlers, and heavy hitting, he was taking singles, he was busy. So, exceptional lot. Really, really good.
Specifically took a liking to Shadab, and then वही बात है ना कि देखो Livingstone ने 100 कर दिया और end तक जब तक वो out नहीं हुआ, I thought the game was hanging in the balance. Yeah. The turning point was definitely when Shadab did finally manage to remove him. और वही बात है कि this England team is so strong कि कोई एक आधा बंदा, अब next best score was Roy for 32, and then it was 16 David Willey. कोई एक आधा बंदा टिक जाता Livingstone के साथ तो बस जीत गई थी England.
And they have enough. Morgan bhi hai, Bairstow bhi hai, abhi Butler khel nahi raha, Stokes khel nahi raha. But when you have those players, this is going to be a very, very strong side to play against.
But yeah, I mean, it makes me really happy as well, the fact that this is a PSL product. We've seen Liam Livingstone play for Zalmi. So मुझे बड़ा मजा आता है जब मैं PSL के players जाकर दूसरे अपने countries के लिए perform करते हुए देखता हूँ. So I thoroughly enjoyed his innings. It was an exhilarating knock, and I think I really hope to see more of Liam Livingstone for England in the future for their first teams.
Definitely. I'm very confident he's getting part of the squad for the World Cup.
Next up, I want to talk about Pakistan's effort with the ball and their fielding effort. I'll start with the fielding. I think that's what won you the game today. Fantastic fielding effort. Took a bunch of crucial catches, I think, or wo bhi high catches on the boundary line. So I think that was the difference between the two teams ultimately, because agar wo catches na pakadte to for sure Pakistan ye match haar jata. So splendid fielding, credit to them, and it's really hard to come back like that, especially from that third ODI where they were absolutely pathetic in the field. So credit to the boys for pulling up their socks in the field. और बाकी bowling पे बात करें तो चलो bowling पे आते हैं. I'll hear what you have to say about the fielding.
I agree. मतलब third ODI, if you just look at that, even though we're talking about the T20 right now, लेकिन वो ODI हारने की one of the main factors was fielding. हमने कोई 3 catches छोड़े थे, जो आपके sweepers हैं, they weren't diving enough. ठीक है, boundaries हो रही हैं, कोई effort नहीं था. आज मतलब Rauf took a really nice catch. ठीक है, Shadab was fielding really well as a sweeper. तो Shaheen ने इतना अच्छा catch पकड़ा, cotton ball जो था उसका. There was मतलब Rauf, yeah, and you could tell कि मतलब इन सारों को उस game की वजह से they've had to work on it, and it showed on the field. यार बाकी they took that as a learning step and they learned. तो इस तरह होना चाहिए. बिल्कुल, absolutely.
अच्छा तो now let's go to the bowling. I'll go one by one on each bowler. Number 1 Shaheen Afridi, again splendid. ठीक है, started off really poorly with those 5 wides और एकदम से pressure सारा lose हो गया था पिछले over का. But then he got you that key wicket of Dawood Malan. Don't forget that he's the number 1 batsman in T20 cricket, and that was a phenomenal catch on his own bowling.
Absolutely, बिल्कुल. मतलब Shaheen का भी ना in the bowling world, he gives you that Babar type feel. He's gonna bowl his lengths. मतलब even if it's a T20, वो proper conventional seam bowling करवाता है, which is why he gets wickets and which is why he's so good. तो मतलब I'm okay. मतलब belly ball थी, loosener, whatever. You know, I can ignore the wide. लेकिन he came back really strong and he did well.
Yeah, he counted for Bairstow's wicket as well and ended up with 3. And he got the man of the match award, but I don't know, I feel like Mohammad Hasnain should have gotten it. Itna chota ground, ek boundary jo thi 57 meters only, batting track, it was an absolute road. And Hasnain only went for 28 runs and picked up a crucial wicket of Moeen Ali. 4 overs, 1 for 28. I think that was the man of the match performance for me, especially for a guy who's in and out of the team, isn't a regular. I was really impressed, and I would like to give credit to Waqar Younis on improvement of Hasnain's bowling. Waqar gets a lot of criticism otherwise, but I think Hasnain की जो development है, इसमें we have to give him the plaudits.
I do agree, K. He was, it was quite tight because Shaheen got 3 wickets, and then Shaheen के second over में we had 4 full tosses as well. So keeping that in mind, they didn't put them away, लेकिन 4 full tosses तो फिर भी थी. So yeah, Hasnain की performance was splendid, and it's amazing, especially given, as you said, he's not part of the regular team. So I'm not sure if the credit goes to Waqar Younis at this point, because Hasnain gave the ups and downs. He could become a much better bowler even. So I guess I would credit Hasnain for this. He's young and he looks hungry. He keeps his head down and मेहनत करता है, which shows in his bowling.
And it's heartening to see that the development आहिस्ता हो रही है, ये player आहिस्ता बन रहे हैं. Hasnain, I think, was brought into the team prematurely, but now I think he does warrant his spot in the team. खैर, बात हो गई Shaheen और Hasnain पे. Both were splendid today. Shadab went for plenty. Livingstone had his number in particular, but then he got you the most crucial wickets of the game. Jason Roy was belligerent for his 32. He got you that breakthrough. Eventually, he got you the match-winning wicket of Liam Livingstone. And then, Gregory too, he's been in fantastic touch. So I think all 3 of Shadab's wickets, even though he went for 52 runs in his 4 overs, I think they were crucial, and I'm satisfied with his performance. But it would be nice if he could control his economy a bit.
I agree. Again, I was more disappointed with Shadab. ठीक है, he got the wickets, but then again, bowler है, bowler को मिलनी है wickets. ठीक है, if you bowl, लेकिन उसके भी जो catches boundary पे हुए हैं, तो it wasn't too special. Like we didn't see a classic Shadab sort of wicket कि मतलब Rongan आ गई है, LB हो गया, bowled हो गया, caught हो गया. They were still sort of going at him. ठीक है, and my issue with Shadab in this match and even in the ODI कि मतलब I don't understand why a spinner is bowling half trackers. He takes the pace off, and it's a half tracker, which is literally halfway down the pitch. Okay? You're giving batsman enough time and confidence to hit you wherever he wants. Choti si boundary hai. So if you're getting hit with the full balls, fine. Matlab, theek hai, you tried. Batsman ne maar diya, theek hai, well and good, credit to him. Lekin how can you just give it to him on a silver platter? Ki, ye short ball aa rahi hai, maar do. That's not going to help anyone.
He drags it back far too often from my liking as well, and I think he needs to work on that. But I think Shadab aista rhythm mein aa raha hai. And he's the vice captain of the team, so I think you stick with him. So chalo, a little hot and cold, but I think the wickets were crucial. Let's move on to Haris Rauf. Barring that first over in which he went for 19, I don't think he was that bad. Dusra over uska bahut acha tha, some really good yorkers, got some late swing. And then, 4 overs, 1 for 44, bad day at the office, but I wouldn't say he was absolutely terrible. He was good in the field as well. ठीक है, आज नहीं चला. 5, 6 out of 10 performance, I'd say, because he fielded well. But yeah, what's your take? You think that Haris, how was he today?
He wasn't nowhere near his best. Okay, we've seen what he's capable of. BBL में भी देखा है. ठीक है, that was a long time ago. लेकिन मैं उस तरह के Spurs उससे expect करता हूँ. ठीक है, so either the game plan for him is is somewhere something is wrong, you know, with this bowler कि उसके साथ कोई plan discuss नहीं कर रहा है या उसको पता नहीं रहा कि उसका role क्या है, ठीक है? Because you feel like he's attacking sometimes and then he's just trying to contain, which is very evident with the sort of bowling he does. पता चल जाता है कि attack कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है. जब उसके आखिरी over थे उसमें मतलब you know एक ball तेज थी, एक slow थी, he was doing his variations. That's Haris Rauf, ठीक है? That's what we expect from him. लेकिन शुरू में when he went for plenty, he was just trying to, you know, seam it and डाल रहा है and मतलब he's getting hit, he's not changing anything. And the second thing about him is that I think in every match, ठीक है, मतलब 9 out of 10, we've seen him leak runs, third man or fine leg. And I think we should just have two fielders there for a bowler. We know कि मतलब edge होता है, वहाँ जाता है, runs पड़ते हैं, ठीक है. We saw हसनैन वाला chance जो बहुत मुश्किल था, लेकिन उसके बाद the fielders were off and उसको वहीं पे 3-4 boundaries पड़ी हैं third man पे कि वो flying edge जाता है और 4 हो जाता है. So I think we need to work with him a little better.
चलो वो तो I can forgive him, but for those ones जो edges वगैरह लगकर चली जाती है, but what I can't forgive him for is like वो जो हर थोड़ी देर बाद कोई short and wide या short करा देगा ball. When you've got that sort of pace, आपको wicket to wicket bowling करानी चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से, and he needs to pitch it up a little more. Today when he did pitch it up, we saw that he bowled really well. So I would like to see him do that a bit more often. अपनी accuracy को बेहतर करे, अपनी length बेहतर करे. I don't think Haris Rauf going short is a good idea, especially with his pace.
I think any bowler going short is not a good idea, especially given how we bowled in the ODIs. हर short ball पे 4 गया. ठीक है, मतलब if you watch the highlights for the third ODI, that's what happened. Every short ball went for a boundary, and they've worked on it. थोड़ा बेहतर हुए, लेकिन इसमें भी exactly you're right. जो short ball गई है, it got deposited. ठीक है, space bounce अच्छा है. We know the track, छोटी सी boundary है. The batsman will take you on. इनके लिए मतलब the English players, they're used to bounce. ठीक है, इनको they're used to these conditions. You give them anything short, they'll take you on. So they need to improvise with this. And he's good with bowling his Yorkers, and he should just continue doing that.
Chalo, let's see how he plays in the rest of the series. Last bowler we need to talk about is Imad Wasim. Not impressed, man. I haven't been impressed with Imad's bowling for a while now. Pehla over अच्छा था, but उसके बाद he went for plenty. And Imad's unique selling point was the fact that he could choke the batsman and, you know, attack through maintaining economy. LBW or bowled into play आता था. You don't see him doing that anymore. Again, he went for 46 runs today from his 4 overs. Pakistan's most expensive bowler. He might have gotten a wicket, but I don't know. I just wasn't sold, and I feel like Mohammad Nawaz can do that job better for you.
I agree, and I think अगर इसको use करना भी था, तो he shouldn't have been brought back for the second over. ठीक है, पहला over was great, and that's his strength. And he should have been used in these, you know, short times जहाँ पे run पड़ रहे हो, आपने को change करना हो, end change करना हो. Use him for that. You have 4 overs. पहला उसने कर दिया. Give him the second one around the, you know, 8th, 9th or something. फिर उसके बाद एक दे दो if he does well. लेकिन उसको consistently use करना नहीं. He doesn't have that skill where he can, you know, block the batsman for more than an over. Because उसके बाद it's a little predictable. पहले over में तो ठीक है, नहीं समझ आती कि should I take him on, should I not take him on. लेकिन उसके बाद they know कि अच्छा यार यहाँ आ रहा है, he's trying to cram us for room, मारो इसको. So, and also he has lost a bit of his touch. He isn't in his best form. Because पहले वो room देता ही नहीं था, but today we saw थोड़ा wide भी था, full भी था, slot में ball डाल रहा था. So yeah, disappointing from him.
It is a cause for concern for me. But chalo, let's move on to our final segment. Acha ji Malik, for the final segment, I just want to talk about potential changes for the second T20 International at Headingley. I personally would replace Imad Wasim with Nawaz. And Hassan Ali was out today with a thigh strain, so I think if he's fit, he's going to come back. मगर वो अब इन तीनों बॉलरों को तो मैं रखूंगा. I want Haris Rauf, Hussain and Shaheen. I would say Azam Khan, I don't know, I still feel he's a premature selection. I would bring in Fahim or Hassan instead of him. देखो batting tracks हैं, you expect your top order batsmen and even middle order batsmen to get you the runs. Bowling में आज we were restricted to 5 bowlers. I think ज़्यादा buffer मिल जाएगा आपको having Hassan or Fahim over there. So those are the 2 changes I would make. Imad की जगह मैं नवाज को ले आऊंगा और फिर आजम खान की जगह I would bring one of Fahim or Hassan. What's your take?
I would make 3 changes. ठीक है. Shadab, he's had a good run and I know he got wickets today. लेकिन मेरा ख्याल है अगर कोई quality leg spinner होगा उसको wickets मिलेंगी and that is Usman Qadir for me. He needs to be given a chance. ठीक है, उसको as a specialist bowler आप लेके आओ. ठीक है, batsman है अभी आपके पास. ठीक है, you bring him in. He's quality leg spin. ठीक है, उसको आप groom करो and he might be that guy जो World Cup में आपका बहुत बड़ा asset बन जाए. ठीक है, शदाब की bowling if you go back a couple of years, you know, उस तरह का आपको एक spinner चाहिए. So I would bring in Usman for Shadab. I would bring in Nawaz for Imad Wasim, and tentatively, if Azam sits, then Hassan can come in for him. So I'd go with these 3 changes for the next match.
That's fair enough. I mean, Shadab I am on the edge with him. He's the vice captain. I am a big fan personally. मुझे काफी दिल है कि वो perform करना शुरू करे. Maybe we can even think about playing two leg spinners. I mean, other teams have done it. India used to play Chahal and Kuldeep. Pakistan have played Shadab and Usman Qadir, I think, in one game also in the past. So maybe that's not the worst idea, especially given that the World Cup's coming up in the UAE. Or उसमें तो आप वैसे ही 12 overs of spin के साथ जाओगे. At least I would. So yeah, those are the changes. Baki, I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring series. Pakistan will have to consistently score runs to win this. It's not over till it's over. Aaj bhi England had us on the edge of our seats for the longest time. It's very even. It's a very even battle in my opinion, and I think Pakistan will have to play really well to win the remainder of these games. What's your take on that? Just on a closing note.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a very, very close series. And this next match is super important if you want to take the lead and actually win the series. Like, and it won't be easy. England, it's a formidable side. They'll work on their weaknesses, so they won't make it easy. And then it's not every day you get a 150 opening partner stand. So, is tarah bhi na challenges aayenge hamare paas jahan pe hamara middle order test hoga. So, we have to see how we do.
Okay, folks, that's a wrap for Volume 7 of CRIQAZI Diaries. Thank you so much, Hatif, for joining us. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon in order to get notified about my latest videos. If you have any questions, please tweet them to DefMango with the hashtag AskCRIQAZI, and they will be addressed in future episodes. That's all for now, folks. Kazi off the mic.
Have a look at that, miles up. Oh, it's nearly taken someone out the stands. That was a flat six right under the stand there, the George Giffen stand, up into the members, and it went